What's going on, everybody? Verdi here with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today we're on ShaneCrabtree's account. We're going to be doing an account takeover for him. First thing we have to do is we're going to go ahead and sell all of these artifacts that are in here. Kind of go through all of that stuff and see what is good to keep and what isn't. He's pretty full on his current artifacts. 679 out of 700 spaces. 679 out of 700. So not a lot of space. Plus the stuff in the storage, we definitely have to go through a good amount of stuff. And then after that, we're going to take a look at his clan boss team. He does have the champions for unkillable. He's currently running something without a counter, but he does have the champions for unkillable. So we might try to build that. If not, we'll just do a regular counter team with Skullcrusher and Altan and Draco. But that'll all depend on what kind of artifacts he has. Also, we're going to take a look at dungeons. We have 2 minutes 16 spider time. 2 minute 21 second dragon run. And Fire Knight we don't even have at 20 yet. So we're going to go ahead and see what we can do to fix all of those times, while fixing the inventory issue and while fixing the clay bus team on top of that. So I'm going to go ahead and start regearing champions and see where we can let's see what kind of progress we can make, and we'll be back. Alright, and we're back after clearing all the artifacts and regearing all the champions, getting all the dungeon times better, and also making the clan boss team. As you see here, all the artifacts are definitely cleared out. We have like 240, 250 artifacts here. Also, he has like another 100, a little bit, so like what, 81 room left for farming. A lot of this gear needs to be equipped for some of his faction characters. It also needs to be rolled to see whether it is worthy of keeping or not. This is something that he's going to do by himself. So let's go ahead and take a look at who we regeared. Sivy the Lost Bride has been regeared. She now has 276 speed. She really doesn't have the greatest tank stats yet, but honestly, for now, we just needed her to have as much speed as possible. Then we have Zavia. Honestly, we only wanted to build her for damage, so having crit damage gloves and attack percentage body would be ideal, but we didn't have a banner, an accuracy banner. So we went with this attack banner for now because it is a 6-star and it does have decent substats in 2 rolls and speed. So not bad at all. This crit damage neck can obviously be 16. And then this ring is not the greatest but not the worst. So we could technically 16 this at some point as well. So as you see, she is wearing all accuracy gear, which technically is not going to be what we're going to wear once she has an accuracy banner, because we're not going to need all of this accuracy. Okay, natures were left the same. Altan, Roche, Doom Priest, Skullcrusher, and Occult Brawler were all geared for Clan Boss, but we'll cover that later. Draco was also pretty much geared for Clan Boss, but he also works in dungeons. Seeing as we have Sivy, we have a Revive, so we can gear him for damage. He has almost 4k attack, 101 crit, 217 crit damage, 248 accuracy. His survivability doesn't really matter because we have Sivy. And then we have Monster. As always, I geared Monster as much hit points, and then crit rate, crit damage as I can get. Pretty good accuracy, decent speed for Spider and dungeons if we needed him there. We have Allure. 206 speed, 218 accuracy, 100% crit. That's really all. The only stats that matter. Some survivability is good, but seeing that's how we have Sivy, none of that really matters. Royal Guard. Total stats, 176 speed, decent health and attack. Defense is pretty low, and honestly, he needs some crit rate as well, but this is the best that we could do with the artifacts that we had. But he works nicely in Spider and in Dragon. So for now, this is how we're going to leave him. We're going to show how he works now, how he currently works. And then obviously, as we get 100% crit rate and more survivability, he will be better. But With Siphi and Dragon, he doesn't need survivability. With Siphi and Dragon, he doesn't need survivability. And with Monster and Spider, he doesn't need survivability as well. So technically, this build works perfectly fine for what we are using it for. Stag Knight, we also build for damage for Fire Knight, but we don't necessarily need him or use him in Fire Knight or Spider. He could be used if we were having difficulties, but seeing as how Monster is there with Draco, we really don't need him. But we did go ahead and build him, 198 accuracy. Once he gets his Great Hall up, his accuracy is going to be much higher on all of these champions, so there's no point in really trying to get more. 173 speed, a little bit more speed would be nice, but this is not bad, and then decent damage. Alright, and lastly, we have Coldheart here. Coldheart was also built for Spider and Fire Knight. 177 speed, 211 crit damage, 70 crit rate, 234 speed, decent survivability. Not bad stats for Coldheart at all. Alright, so let's go ahead and do some of the dungeons. So if you guys noticed before, the time with Dragon, we got it down significantly. Let's go ahead and do the run. Now, if Siphi was faster, if we have crit damage gloves on Zavia, I think he's also going to book Zavia. These runs are going to get faster. Technically, this is just the gear and the basis of the teams. A lot of these champions also didn't have accuracy banners, so once we get accuracy banners, we can switch out a lot of the accuracy rolls and accuracy gear that we are currently wearing, which is going to make these runs even faster again, because we can just gear for damage instead of accuracy. So a lot of the times we don't even lose anyone here, but if we do, Siphi is here to pick them up. And the thing that works really nicely with Siphi is that they get full turn meter when they get revived. And that is just absolutely amazing. That's why, honestly, Siphi kind of makes this trivial. All you gotta do is put speed and some tankiness on her. Honestly, even if you don't have the greatest tanky speed pieces, just put some speed on her, and it's gonna be all fine. Honestly, she'd probably work fine with flat defense, chest, and gloves. Flat defense or flat hit points. So a minute 13 run there. A 59 second is the fastest that we've done. Like I said, this can probably get to around a 45 second, 50 second team once we get a little bit better artifacts. But like I said, the base is here for a really good team. Flat head points, just as I was talking about. We're not actually going to keep that. Alright, let's go ahead and do a spider run. Now, he has another Coldheart that he's working on. Once he gets that Coldheart going, we're going to take Ignatius out because we really don't need him here. We could also take a Royal Guard out and keep Ignatius in. We're going to see which run is faster with the second Coldheart here. But as you see, with the Monster Shield and Draco, this is pretty much trivial. The run is around a 1 minute, which isn't the fastest. But like I said, when we get the second Coldheart in here, it's definitely going to be much faster. I think if we left the burns there and we had another Coldheart, just super fast to reduce the turn meter of the spider before he took a turn, and then the burns kicked in and the second Coldheart did a Heartseeker, I think that would be the fastest method. If that isn't the fastest method, we'll take Ignatius out, leave Royal Guard in, and put the second Coldheart in instead of Ignatius. Like right there, if he died every time. So if we got a little bit more damage in, it would be nice. Maybe putting in Stag Knight instead of Draco could work, but then we would lose the weaken. Like I said, I've tried Stag Knight, but it's not as quick. Maybe if we had Stag Knight do more damage. Who knows? Either way, let's go ahead and show Fire Knight as well. Alright. That's the team. Yes, it is. Okay. So, as you guys seen in my previous videos, pretty much what you really want here is a lure. If you have a lure, it's GG. You just need to get in there. So if you don't have a revive, you need to build a super tanky. But since we have Siphi, what we do kind of becomes not that important, because Siphi's there to revive us, pick us back up, and technically support us throughout this whole dungeon. If you did not have Siphi, you can use Gorgrab, for example, and then you need to just build your champions a little bit differently. Maybe even use Apothecary for additional support. Now, Xavia's obviously here to do the damage, blow up the poisons, all that good stuff. Draco to defense down and weaken. Coldheart, another turn meter reduction and damage on the boss. And Siphi, as I've been mentioning in this whole video, here for the support, the revive, all that good stuff. Okay, works out nice. I mean, we didn't even have Fire Knight 20 down on this account, so he now has around a 2-minute team, which in my opinion is very respectable for Fire Knight, especially in an account who's, I think this is a level 50 Great Hall. So once he gets his Great Hall up even further, his damage is going to go up on clan boss and dungeons. You know, it's kind of all a dominoes effect after that. But I feel like I've definitely set him up with a pretty nice base. All set on Dragon, Fire Knight, and Spider. Ice Golem's also all set. And then we did build. Oh, there we go. Under 2 minutes there. 155. No, we're not going to keep that. We also did build an unkillable team for him. But seeing as I was going to take a good amount of talking about, where is he? We did one test run and it didn't do too well. And then we did a second key and it did 34 mil. So it works on Affinity, it works on Nightmare, it works on Ultra Nightmare. Pretty much the same team, just have to swap out 1 or 2 people here or there. So we're going to go ahead and cover that in another video. This is pretty much going to do it for part 1 of this account takeover. Please leave a like and a subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.